Good morning, America. Record-breaking heat across the country, from the deep south to the northeast, putting 55 million Americans on alert. With severe storms on the move, major cities in the path. Ginger is tracking it all as we get ready for the holiday weekend.
New indictment against former President Trump for his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. How the charges were adjusted in light of the Supreme Court's presidential immunity decision.
Breaking news from the Middle East. Israeli forces launching deadly raids in the West Bank, one of the biggest in the region in years, as the IDF rescues a Bedouin hostage in Gaza.
Overnight, a nationwide AT&T outage. How customers were affected, what the company is saying this morning.
The first of its kind case. Can a teen driver's mom be held accountable for a deadly car crash?
And a reasonable person would have done something very, very simple. They would have taken the keys away.
We spoke with the victim's parents, plus the app and text messages at the center of it all.
Legal titan and estranged husband of Real Housewives star Erica Jane, Tom Girardi, guilty on all counts of wire fraud.
Anything to say, sir?
No. Millions of dollars stolen from his own clients, and with more legal troubles ahead.
Scotty McCreery abruptly stops his concert.
There's a lady you just hit, sir. Police, security.
The country star calling out a man for allegedly hitting a woman in the audience. What we're learning about the incident.
New breast cancer screening? Why an MRI could be crucial for some women. The new study this morning. We talked to an oncologist about the benefits and drawbacks.
And all the Grand Slam stars of the U.S. Open, Sinner shaking off the scandal. As Osaka makes a powerful return to the court. Plus, is this the shot of the year?
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
And Good Morning America, so great to have you with us. How about the U.S. Open?
Yeah.
Osaka is back. We got the behind the back shots and everything.
You're really doing the shot.
I'm ready, yes. Yeah, I'm practicing, working on it. It's great to be here with Gio and Rebecca this morning.
And it is great to be here with you. We have a lot to get to, including a new warning from the Surgeon General about parents and stress. Very important story, why they are calling it a nationwide epidemic. We're going to break that down in our next hour.
Parents and stress, Gio. Wouldn't know anything about that as a parent myself. But we do begin with the summer scorcher in this unofficial last week of the season. Record-breaking temperatures are across the U.S. This is severe storms move through the I-95 corridor. Ginger, of course, is tracking it all for us.
Yes.
Good morning, Ginger.
Hey, good morning to everyone. So Chicago had their hottest day of the year, 99. That broke a daily record, and several daily records were tied or broken from Mississippi to Missouri, Iowa, Kentucky. We had a lot of them. And we can expect more of this because as our climate warms, we will see and already are seeing record high temperatures twice as often as we see record lows.
This morning, 55 million Americans under heat alerts, sweating it out in near triple-digit temps.
Thick and humid out.
Volunteers in Chicago passing out water as the city's heat index rocketed to 115.
Thrill of a lifesaver to see them passing out energy.
People flocking to Chicago's lakefront to cool down.
It's really hard to kind of just breathe and grasp air. Not something we're used to in Chicago.
Schools without air conditioning releasing students early from Chicago to Detroit.
It gets real uncomfortable real quick.
Some children reporting difficulty paying attention, even breathing.
It's just extra taxing and tiring, just day-to-day things take a lot longer when it's this hot.
The blazing heat helping to fuel severe thunderstorms. In Wisconsin, watch as this tree comes crashing down. That bicyclist, no time to brake, ending up right in the branches. Prolific lightning in the cells around Chicago. More than 400,000 customers at peak in Michigan losing power.
There are heat alerts from St. Louis to Cincinnati, excessive heat warning that includes Camden, Trenton, New Jersey, and Philadelphia there. So you see Washington, D.C. even could feel like 105. They could break a record today, and they're not alone. More records will be broken even after the front starts to kind of clear things out in the Northeast and Great Lakes. Cincinnati goes back up to 96. That could be a record on Friday. Raleigh and Nashville both have the next couple of days with records. But if you are the person who loves the fresh fall air, I have good news. A lot of folks all the way from the plains back in Texas over to the Northeast next week, when most of the kids here start school, will feel much more like fall.
Yes, a little relief on the way, just in time. Thank you, Ginger. Appreciate it. Now to the major development in the federal election interference case against Donald Trump. The special counsel has filed a new revised indictment that takes into account the Supreme Court's decision last month on presidential immunity. Our Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas has the latest. Pierre, good morning.
Good morning. Everyone had been waiting to see how the special counsel would respond to the Supreme Court's granting presidents broad immunity for actions taken in the course of their work. Well, Jack Smith believes he can accommodate the court and still prove Trump committed crimes while in office.
This morning, special counsel Jack Smith filing a new superseding indictment against former President Trump for his alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election, a direct response to the recent Supreme Court ruling that granted presidents sweeping immunity for virtually all official acts of the executive branch. The key to Smith's new legal strategy: a surgical argument that when Trump was fighting to stay in power after he lost the election, he was acting as a private citizen and as a candidate, not in his official capacity as president. For example, the new indictment flatly states that Trump had no official responsibilities related to the certification proceeding, but he did have a personal interest as a candidate in being named the winner of the election. The indictment goes on to state that co-conspirators accused of helping Trump sow lies about the election were people acting in a private capacity, and that none of them were government officials during the conspiracies. The new indictment charges Trump with the same 4 crimes, including conspiracy to defraud the United States, to obstruct the certification of the electoral votes on January 6, and conspiracy against the right to vote and to have one's vote counted. The new indictment removes any mention of Trump's alleged behavior that prosecutors believe could be considered official acts. The superseding indictment came as Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson discussed the Supreme Court decision granting presidents broad immunity. She reiterated her dissent that the court had gone too far.
I was concerned about a system that appeared to provide immunity for one individual under one set of circumstances, when we have a criminal justice system that had ordinarily treated everyone the same.
Trump is calling for the case to be thrown out, saying the new indictment is a ridiculous act of desperation. Whit.
All right, Pierre, thank you. And now to the race for the White House. Vice President Kamala Harris and her running mate Tim Walz hitting the road on their tour through the battleground state of Georgia as former President Donald Trump gears up to visit other key states. Our Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce tracking it all for us. Mary, good morning.
Hey, Whit, good morning. That's right. Kamala Harris and running mate Tim Walz are getting ready to hit the road, blitzing this key battleground state. Georgia, of course, is a state that Joe Biden won narrowly back in 2020 by just under 12,000 votes. Donald Trump has been leading there, but Kamala Harris has been gaining ground since getting into this race. And now her campaign is hoping to firmly put this state back in play. They're also heavily investing there. This morning, they are touting the largest ever Democratic operation in the state. Now, meanwhile, Donald Trump is getting ready to hit those 3 critical states, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, that key pathway to the White House. It comes this morning as his campaign is highlighting the 2 former Democrats have joined the Trump transition team. RFK Jr. coming over just days after he dropped out of the race and endorsed Trump, and also former Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard. Both are former progressive Democrats who have embraced Trump and also leaned increasingly into conspiracy theories in recent years. But Donald Trump this morning is touting this as a sign that Democrats are coming across the aisle to support him. Gio.
So many twists and turns in this race. Thank you, Mary, for covering it all. And we're going to turn now to the nationwide AT&T outage overnight because of a software issue. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky is here with more. And Aaron, this issue has been resolved, but this isn't the first time customers have dealt with this.
It's not, Gio. And in fact, we were probably having a similar conversation around this time last year. But now AT&T said a software issue disconnected customers from its wireless network. Instead of the usual bars of service in the corner of their phones, customers saw SOS. AT&T said in a statement, "We apologize for the inconvenience and we appreciate our customers' patience as we work to resolve this issue." The outages seem to have started in the southeast, maybe in Florida, but within minutes spread across the country, affecting primarily iPhones, but also some other devices. And this happened one day after AT&T agreed to pay nearly $1 million to resolve an investigation over an outage at this time last year that found AT&T failed to deliver 911 calls. This time, sources told us that 911 service was not disrupted, although a few departments across the country did take to social media to steer callers toward non-emergency numbers. This was all resolved in just a few hours. And Rebecca, this morning, AT&T wireless service should be just fine. Rebecca.
But each time it happens, we see how dependent we are on our phones. All right, Aaron, thank you. We turn now to breaking news from the Middle East. Israeli forces have launched deadly raids in the West Bank, and our foreign correspondent Britt Clennett is in Tel Aviv with the very latest. Good morning, Britt.
Good morning, Rebecca. Yeah, at least 11 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli forces in the north of the West Bank in the biggest raid in years. Troops surrounding a main hospital in Jenin, videos showing bulldozers tearing through streets, water gushing down a road after the destruction of a main water line. The IDF says its forces are carrying out a counter-terrorism operation in Jenin and Tulkarem. A spokesperson for the Palestinian president warning of dire and dangerous consequences, saying the raids are a continuation of the war on the Palestinian people in the West Bank and in Gaza, as well as calling on the U.S. to intervene immediately. And Israel's foreign minister said Iran was funding an eastern front in the West Bank and said they must do whatever is necessary to fight it, including the temporary evacuation of Palestinian residents. Meanwhile, returned hostage Qaid Farhan al-Qadi is expected to be released from hospital today. The 52-year-old was the first hostage found alive in a tunnel after an IDF military operation yesterday. Gio.
All right, Britt, thank you so much for your reporting here. Now we're going to turn to a deadly airport accident in Atlanta. 2 workers were killed when a tire exploded at a Delta Airlines facility. Faith Abubey joins us now from Hartsfield-Jackson Airport with more on this investigation. Faith, good morning.
Good morning to you, Gio. OSHA has now launched a federal investigation into this deadly workplace incident. Delta Airlines also says it's conducting its own internal probe to get to the bottom of exactly what went wrong. One employee telling first responders about the chilling moment they heard a blast and then saw a coworker lying face down in blood.
This morning, Delta Airlines searching for answers after 2 employees were killed on the job inside the airline's maintenance facility on the Atlanta airport grounds. A 3rd worker is being treated for serious injuries.
Response to 1775, Main 8 Jackson Jr. Boulevard, Delta TOC-3, reference to an explosion.
Emergency crews rushing to the Delta wheel and brake shop early Tuesday morning. The airline says employees were working on a tire when the wheel component suddenly ruptured. Delta describing it as a heartbreaking accident. It killed 58-year-old Merkel Marwig and 37-year-old Luis Alderando.
It was away from the main airplanes. You have this high pressure, big piece of metal, big piece of rubber, and if it fails for some reason, catastrophically can cause damage and injury to people nearby.
A Delta employee describing the chilling scene to first responders, saying, quote, "I walked toward where the explosion occurred and saw a body lying face down, not moving, with blood all around."
The accident investigators will probably look at the 2 metal rims around that tire and look for some sort of a fatigue failure. Was that airplane old? Was that tire old? Or was it somehow some part of the way that the tire was put together that caused this mishap?
And Gio, the FAA says it is aware of this deadly incident. It's communicating with Delta as these investigations continue. Gio.
And Faith, you're there at the airport in Atlanta. It is one of the busiest in the world. It's among those bracing for the busy Labor Day weekend. So what can we expect as Americans take off to their holiday destinations there?
Well, overall, across the country, Gio, the TSA is expecting to screen about 17 million passengers between tomorrow and next week, Wednesday. Now, that means a lot more people than last year this same time, and the airports will be very busy. The busiest day is expected to be this Thursday. The busiest airport, unsurprisingly, will be right here in Atlanta. Gio.
It just gets busier and busier, so get there early. All right, Faith, thank you so much for that.
Gio, now to the growing concern over mosquito-borne viruses following what is believed to be the first death this year from the rare EEE virus. Ariel Reshef is here now with more, and Ariel, officials trying to get ahead of this. Good morning.
That's right, Whit. Good morning to you. Health officials in the Northeast are on alert this morning after New Hampshire reported the state's first death so far this year from that rare but potentially severe mosquito-borne illness, Eastern equine encephalitis virus, or EEE. The 41-year-old from Hempstead, possibly the nation's first patient to die from the virus this year. Though human cases of EEE virus are very uncommon, they can be fatal. The CDC says about 30% of people who have brain inflammation from this virus will die. There is no vaccine or treatment for this. There have been at least 4 other human cases confirmed in the U.S. this year so far, with roughly a dozen communities in Massachusetts alone at an elevated risk. Health teams have been out spraying pesticide in major cities from New York City all the way up to the Boston area to help prevent the spread of mosquito viruses. And health officials are also concerned as more than 30 states report cases of the West Nile virus. These diseases are only transmitted from a mosquito bite, not person to person. That's really important to stress. Most people have not had any symptoms or may not even know that they're infected, but severe cases can present with fever, headache, extreme fatigue, gastric distress, and seizures. So if you experience any of these, seek medical attention immediately. Guys.
Important advice there, Ariel, and cover up if you can. Okay, thank you. And now we turn to day 2 of the U.S. Open with all eyes on the #1 men's player, Jannik Sinner, taking the court for the first time since the results of his banned substance test from March were revealed. And Lara, you've been there and you got all the details for us.
I do indeed. Good morning to you, Rebecca. So Sinner was cleared of any wrongdoing in his case, but there were lots of opinions from the tennis community, both for and against that decision. And whether it was noise that created a distraction for him, or maybe it was his competition on the court, it was a touch-and-go match for the #1 player in the world.
He's back in the mix.
It wasn't easy, but world #1 Jannik Sinner advancing through the first round of the U.S. Open.
And they relieved Jannik.
After it was revealed he tested positive twice for a banned anabolic steroid earlier this year, but faced no suspension.
There are people who will always label him a doper and a cheater despite the unique circumstances of this.
It took 4 sets for Sinner to pull off a victory against American Mackenzie McDonald.
And Jannik Sinner has found his range now.
Thanks everyone for coming, for staying, and now let's see what's coming the next round.
Sinner, who won this year's Australian Open, was cleared of any wrongdoing by an independent tribunal after it was determined the steroid entered his system unintentionally.
I'm happy how I handled also the situation. Well, was not easy.
While some current players have maintained the lack of suspension wasn't fair, former pro and 2003 U.S. Open champion Andy Roddick told me on GMA Tuesday he supports Sinner and says it could have been a simple misunderstanding.
I don't think that he would put everything at risk for something that didn't benefit him. Right. You know, it was 1/1000th of a gram or something like that. He's either the dumbest person on earth or we should believe him on merits.
That's what Roddick says. Sinner plays his next match tomorrow. His opponent will be determined today. You can see all the U.S. Open action starting at 12 noon Eastern on ESPN, and Coco Gauff tonight, 7 p.m.
Yes. Go Coco.
Yes.
And go Lara. And we're going to have more with you coming up in our play of the day.
Can't get enough. I'm in.
We can't get enough.